How to track Emma Watson current location. How to track.
Warning. SCP containment breach in process.
No.
Please proceed with code for evacuation procedure.
What's that? Wait, bro, what? That is a paragraph.
Yes, well, it is a very descriptive paragraph.
No, you're kidding me. Okay, no, I'm gonna do something about this. So, can you guess what we're gonna be doing today? That's right, great work. We're gonna be making some SCPs. So first of all, just in case you don't know what SCPs are, look it up. Anyway, I've decided, since some SCPs have the most creative descriptions, but only the most popular ones ever get visual representation, I would do my part and put some of the quirky little lesser known guys into the spotlight. Why SCPs, you might ask? Well, there's a very interesting reason for that. No, I'll be real, it's just because SCP content seems to do pretty well on YouTube a lot of the time. I've decided I'm gonna make 3 SCPs. I seem to always just do things in groups of 3. Crisp D, more like Crisp 3.
No maidens.
Now the first problem I encounter with that is there's almost 7,000 at this point, so how am I supposed to choose just 3 of them? Do I look like an idiot to you? SCP meet RNG. They sound so similar, it's almost meant to be. Nothing crazy here, just using Google's RNG to choose a number between 2 and 6,999. I'm not messing with the SCP-001 mess. Yeah, I know what I'm doing. So I got that set up, looked at my computer and I was like,
okay, throw me some numbers.
one of them was a day, one of them was just water, and the third one that didn't actually exist. Nice. I decided to backtrack a little bit and come up with a few criteria. If it was a simple looking object or a regular person already had pretty good pictures in the entry, or some kind of abstract concept, I would just re-roll it. And there, to be fair, there is an argument to be made, oh, it's a unique artistic challenge to try and visualize an abstract concept. Yeah, well, okay, the thing is, my video, my rules. Shush. Re-rolled and I got 3 more. One of them was a staff that like summoned demons that made everyone horny. That's not going up on YouTube. So, rolling again. You know what, let's cut the theatrics here. I actually spent way too long re-rolling to get SCPs that actually kind of fit what I was going for with this video. At the end, after way too long, I finally had 3 that worked for me. SCP-4432, SCP-2320, and SCP-2395. You know, what are the chances that of 7,000 SCPs that 2 of them are both in the 2300s? It's kind of crazy. Almost like this video is fake. It's not fake, it's just by chance. Okay. That was a pretty long-winded intro, but finally we can get to work. And when I say get to work, I mean get to work.
SCP-4432 is a heavily modified humanoid entity possessing multiple anomalous properties.
It's basically a guy who was turned into like the weird warped idea of like a human toy. The article says he responded to a Craigslist ad from some like weird man scientist to get money to buy his daughter a doll. Doesn't that one just really tug at your heartstrings? What a sad story that is. Let's bring it to life. So first I made the humanoid entity. I wasn't too worried about the details because I knew at the end the final shot was going to be rather low quality. And I knew that because I plan ahead because I'm smart. I'm like this, smart like this, like the Naruto. Once I have that mesh done, it's time to start working on those previously mentioned modifications, which include a detachable metal fish head, a candy dispenser replacing the trachea, a small CRT television protruding from his chest, an Ethernet cable in place of genitals, which connects to a network named Intranet. 5 USB charging cables protruding from the navel. Small tools such as knives, forks, scissors, and spoons replacing the fingers. And a light bulb replacing the nose, which glows red whenever a lie is told within 3 meters of it. Then I placed them where they belong on the body and did some sculpting to make it look like they were really integrated, like shoved right on in there, really just... I definitely should have done that after posing the character, because now I've got to move all those parts again and it almost doubles my work, but what can I say, I'm just bad at planning, because I plan ahead because I'm smart. SCP-4432 is contained in a soundproof and padded cell. We don't want to miss that detail. I thought the fact that the light on its nose is supposed to glow red would make a cool compositional detail in the shot, so I did light it up to, you know, add a little bit to the atmosphere of the shot. I spent a while in Photoshop to get the final grainy and low quality look I was going for. I really wanted this one to be eerie, you know, to be spooky. And looking at it, I would say it certainly is. This definitely isn't a fellow I would have over for afternoon tea. Anyway, I want to take a moment here to say that I have this lovely big foam poster of Jeff Goldblum, and it was hanging up on my wall before, but it recently fell down, and I feel like it's a sign that he's genuinely disappointed in me and I'm doing something wrong. Just wanted to point that out and I thought now was a great time to do it. Anyway. Alright, back at it. Just took a little break, eat some food, I had to fix my hair. It's getting a little out of control, but back at it, ready to get back to recording. Nobody asked you that. Nobody cared. No one would have even known, due to the fact that this is an edited video. And now here we are, holding up the entire momentum of the video because you felt the need to share that. Why did you feel the need to share that? Idiot. SCP-2320 is a refurbished PCC streetcar, originally manufactured by the St. Louis Car Company in 1938. SCP-2320-A is a humanoid entity wearing a black zentai. SCP-2320-B is a puppet dressed in the uniform of a Pittsburgh railway conductor. Pretty much the puppet is a train conductor, and the train can go to this magical dimension full of this crazy magic sand that can make anything. It's 2 steps away from being like a Saturday morning cartoon. I decided this render should actually take place in said magical desert to make it more interesting than just some basic garage. It also gave me an opportunity to use geometry nodes for the first time, which is how I made the desert. Even though I did use them this time, I still genuinely have no idea what's even top from bottom when it comes to geometry nodes. So maybe in the future, it's something I'll make a video about. The streetcar I completely modeled in Blender. I just followed some reference. It wasn't too difficult, I only really focused on detailing the parts that were going to be seen by the camera. So the rest of it, there's not even a back half to it. You rotate the camera around, there's nothing there, but I knew it didn't matter since it was just the backdrop for this one shot. The easiest part was the Zentai guy, because Zentai is just that like full body suit, like the green man suit thing. So I pretty much took a base mesh of like a human that I'd already made, and I basically smoothed out the face until there was nothing, filled in the holes, and did a little bit of wrinkly like detail and like some lines to make it look like maybe it was a suit. But yeah, it didn't take very long at all. Even a cat that had all its legs cut off and was tastelessly named Stumpy could have done that stage. Well, okay, no, that's an exaggeration. I don't think that could.
What?
The puppet was also mainly just modeled, but I did sculpt some of the final details to make his face, and also the wrinkles and stuff on his clothes. I did sculpt that stuff in ZBrush. I knew the puppet was going to be so small in the final render, so I wasn't terribly worried about the details, since most of it wouldn't be super easy to see anyway. Can't forget the composition. Never, never, never.
Now we wrap it up. And the result is OMG.
I can't decide if I like this picture better with or without the context. Anyway. Last but certainly not least, SCP-2395 is a giant price tag. Maybe it is least. Maybe it is least. I thought this one was cool though. Apparently it's constantly moving around in anomalous ways, but it's technically like, when you were in the store and you're looking at something and you're moving the price tag around, apparently this one's moving around like that, but you can't see any hand moving it, so it has that mysterious vibe. I think it's a really cool concept. I also knew it would be pretty easy to make, and this video has been taking way too long already, so. One weird thing about this one is the measurements. It's 258 centimeters long, but it's held in the ground by like a 0.7 meter piece of twine. I don't see how that would like even be able to move around. It's the logistics and statistics are off, if you ask me, okay? That's all I'm saying. And I was right, this definitely did end up being the simplest scene to make. The mountains and the ice caps in the background I made using some of the techniques I learned in my environment video. Hey, doesn't everyone just love a throwback? I actually found this really cool video that had this node setup where you can use a bump node and separate the RGB and then plug in the blue channel, and you can effectively like use the normals of the terrain to map where the snow should be, so you can quickly make snow caps that look pretty decent without much effort. The price tag is just a flat plane, and I made a texture in Photoshop and just slapped it on there. Considering how mundane the concept is, the final result is pretty wicked and rad. Guess I'm just a pretty rad guy. And that's it. 3 more masterpieces for the books. Share, if you know anyone who liked SCP, share this video with them. Make me a very happy boy, maybe it gains enough traction and it ends up in an important place on the SCP wiki itself, or some of the pictures could end up in, that could happen, and that would be cool. I don't know, just maybe, I could stop it from becoming the Joker. As it is, those things crazy, but it's basically just normal bread to me, so I'm pretty damn close. So it's just, yeah, that would be really awesome. Yeah. Anyway, peace out.